Welcome back to the Piff Company. You know it's lit. It's your boy Elijah.
Josh.
Tay in the building. Welcome to episode 8. And here we're going to talk about, kind of some of the racist origins of marijuana and just kind of the roots of the word, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, man.
And get back to
the word marijuana?
Yeah.
There's some really interesting dynamics behind
For sure.
the word marijuana, you know?
So obviously, there's a lot of words for cannabis. You know what I'm saying?
Marijuana.
We got cannabis, marijuana, marijuana,
ganja.
bud.
The weed, the herb.
Yeah, a lot of different terms, you know what I'm saying? But the main two is cannabis and marijuana, for sure.
Yes, for sure.
So,
we're gonna chat it up and get some of this get to the origins. Like you said, it's more so about kind of like those racial features and how people my bad, I had to plug that in real quick. But more so how race and how weed and, like you said, marijuana is like, also there's a lot of racial undertones of, in how it affects, the people who smoke weed and why it became criminalized in general, and like where that came from. So I'm down to hear a couple of things and talk these things out with you guys.
Let's get into it.
Because it's real, this marijuana industry is definitely built off the backs of, black and brown and, people. So
no, it's definitely good to talk about the origins because, it makes sense. Like, when you're trying to figure out problems of today, you always go back to the past, you know what I'm saying? And you see where it started. And so when I was researching, I was seeing these, it definitely kind of just opened my eyes a little bit. You know what I mean? It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because, early 20th century, I don't know if you guys remember, but, obviously we weren't around that time.
Early 20th century, do I remember? The boy is high. People even smoking that good stuff.
Not yet.
Not even the smoke break yet, you heard?
Soon come. But no, if you guys remember in terms of learning-wise, around that time, there was a lot of, political issues in terms of they were using... there was a division in the country, right? And they were really, talking about how at the time they were using basically propaganda to relate, cannabis and really the word marijuana. They made that word to reflect at the time it was, U.S. versus Mexicans type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And people of color in general.
Yeah.
So they used the word marijuana, and that was a clear. They try to just automatically put it so it was connected to the two. So they made a lot of, in their campaigns, literally political campaigns, they used marijuana as the drug of, the people, minorities, they would say. You know what I'm saying? People of color, they would literally say Mexican. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a quote here from, his name is Harry Anslinger. I might have butchered that last name, but Anslinger. Basically, he was a bureaucrat that led the prohibition effort. And he was the one that said, I'm going to read this quote out because I think it's just kind of crazy. He said, there are 100,000 total marijuana smokers in the U.S. Most are Negroes, Hispanics, Filipinos, and entertainers. Their satanic music, jazz, and swing results from marijuana use. The marijuana causes white women to seek sexual relations with Negroes, entertainers, and others.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, man.
Now, this was on, literally political ads, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is part of their campaign.
Yeah.
So it kind of just shows you, automatically, there was already, they put that drug, they made it, not only negative, but they revolved it around their hate towards, people of color.
Nah, that's real because, like you said, just where the word marijuana, how they started, promoting marijuana, like you said, was to literally just make it sound more Mexican, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Immigrant people coming from Tijuana, or something like that. So they make it sound like it's more Mexican to make it more demonized, to make it more, of this scary thing, this scary drug, that the Mexicans are using and coming across the borders and taking our white women from us and having sex.
Hollywood even put out a movie for it. I think it was called Reefer Madness?
Reefer Madness, yes.
Never saw it myself. But
it was interesting. I actually did see it.
What did you think about it?
Black and white.
Yes, it was a black and white movie. I think it's like in the early 20s. It's in the early 20s. And honestly, I watched this. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to just see it. You know, I'm interested in the industry or whatever, but I wanted to see like what propaganda were they pushing? Like what was it all about? But that movie was crazy, like low key, like the dude. So it's like a dude, right? And he meets these jazz players. They give him some weed. And then he gets he starts smoking, and then like he starts acting crazy. Like there's literally like oh shoot! But he started acting crazy. He started going
Acting like spooky.
Spooked, yeah. Like he was like just all types of stuff. Like and then like would have a party at his house or whatever, invite a couple of girls over. People are there, whatever, and they start smoking. And then like, at first they're like, no, it's so bad. This is a bad thing. But then there's like the girl, she starts smoking, and they start like making out like ferociously, like just start kissing crazy, and then like then the dude like try to like force himself on someone. Like it was crazy. At the end, look, spoiler alert. At the end, or at some point, I think. Now I haven't seen the movie in some years, but I'm pretty sure he ends up killing somebody.
I mean, the description of the movie was.
I think he ends up killing someone.
I could be wrong about it. The way they're stretching it, I mean, it was crazy. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the description of the movie was a high school guy gets introduced to marijuana, and then he fucking starts acting crazy. It talks about rape, how marijuana ends to rape, and then eventually leads the guy to committing murder.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So
they really fucking with marijuana.
Like all of that from a joint, and you guys know if you smoke a joint, the only thing you're gonna kill is a bag of chips, bro. Like the only thing you're gonna be like that. It don't make no sense. You're gonna be laughing and giggling like weed brings people together. So it's like they just be wildin'.
But they did it on purpose. If you think about it, it's like they were racist from the top, so they used that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? In their advantage, and they really made a wave of like marijuana is bad. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And is that so it really like led to a combo of restrictions like state after state, and eventually it was on a federal level that was prohibited.
20 years before that, they were still using it like everyday life. No restrictions on it. Growing it, selling it, using it for other materials like clothing, ropes.
Exactly. And
medicinal reasons.
Right. Exactly. Right before that, it was legal. It was legal for all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like the only reason why they started pushing it to make it illegal was because black jazz players were smoking it, and they were the coolest thing at the time. I mean, they were just out there swinging their hips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is this rhythm?
What is this rhythm? They got all the girls going.
For real.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was hate. It was jealousy, bro.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, racism is hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of haters.
But I'm saying they hated on the fact that they was taking their girls, yo. They was like, yo. They taking my wife. They got my wife.
They talked about it in jazz though a lot. Like in their music, Cannabis is mentioned a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you can see back then, like, and it's around this time.
Yeah.
So it's just like getting popular. They're hearing it in the music. They're smoking it, and then it's like political.
That jive.
They already don't like their skin color. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, what is
now
this?
Now you're taking our bitches. Okay.
That was the final straw.
These are bitches.
We're taking your butt, you heard?
Yeah.
Wow. That's how they say it.
For real.
But they really, but it led to that federal, prohibition that still on today, still, federally.
Still into effect to this day.
And so that's why it's so important for, companies like us and, people of color, you know what I'm saying, to get into the industry, you know what I mean, to really like, just the fact that if you look at, the background of it, it was something that's been incarcerated, us for years, and just in general, it's just like it's just crazy to learn for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then just moving forward on like just like that kind of timeline too. Like, so you had, like you said, you had the first influence of the propaganda era with the reefer madness, and you've got
legislation acts and shit,
right,
moving
starting
DC.
starting to criminalize and make it illegal, and then from there, that's when you start getting like the right, like around the civil rights era and like the hippie era is when you start having people, rebelling against it, right? But even still in that, it was still segregated because it was, well, that's what started, the segregation laws. That's what it started, was building upon these segregation laws. And then from there, that's when you had like the, keep on moving up the timeline. You got like the '84 crack laws, and this when it started the war on drugs and stuff like that. And that's when that starts coming into play, and that's where it really gets into like affecting mass incarceration, because now you're targeting these black and brown people who are using this drug that you made illegal, and then give them the harshest sentences. So it's like, it's just wild, bro. How it just starts from hating and swinging. And we got that jive, you heard? Like, it's wild, man.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what they say. That's what you say as a kid, you know what I mean? So, but it makes sense, though. It makes sense why it's taking so long for something that's clearly beneficial, from stemmed up, like from the ground up. There, it was deemed like, at the worst extreme. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it took quite some time, but.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, you think like if, like, let's say like if when weed started like becoming like popular like in the 20s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and what if there were like just white people smoking, like majority, like, because at the time I don't think it was the majority of white. I don't think it was equal at the time. It might have been, I don't know, maybe it was, but I'm not too sure. Yeah. But let's say like it was just a white person drug or whatever it may be. Do you think it would be illegal to this day, or what do you think? I don't know.
That's a crazy question, honestly, because, and I wouldn't say it'd be too far off to question that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you see where it was connected with, Yeah.
So. Then I guess you know what? It was legal. Hold up. When it was a white man's drug, when it was hemp, when it was in the pharmacies, it was legal, like in the 1890s, the 18-somethings, So.
Yeah, well, I think they really just saw that a lot more immigrants and people of color were using it more often than whites, at least back in the day. Mm-hmm. So they just were like, oh, if we try to legalize this, to push them away, keep them separated type shit. Yeah. So.
If you demonize something that a group of people are using, then you're also doing that to the people too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all like.
So they used it more as a tool, more than anything. They're like, oh shit, fuck it, it's legal not anymore. Mm-hmm. We need this as a tool.
Yeah.
And then, fucked up a lot of people in the way.
So that's why in the medical field they don't use marijuana as like a term. You'll never really hear that. You know what I'm saying? They always like say cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because of that racial tie.
I get what you're saying. They won't use marijuana in the medical field.
I mean, cannabis is also the official term.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like they'll never, you know what I mean? Like write it that like that's.
I'd find it a little unprofessional if my doctor was like, "Yo, you smoking that Mary J?" Dog, you gotta come at me like cannabis.
You know what I'm saying? For sure, though.
Yeah, but that's what. But think about it. You just like you having that like mindset is also part of the conditioning. That's bit from what they conditioned it. Mm-hmm. They made it seem like marijuana. Well, that was never the real word for it anyway. Like it is this made up word. You know what I mean?
But did you know that beforehand? Like with marijuana, the word. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like the tie that
Mm-hmm.
what we're speaking of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
Like the first, I'm talking about first time you heard it though, back in the day.
Well, obviously, when it's the first time I hear it, I don't know it. I have to research it. Obviously, I can't. Even when you research it, that's the first time you hear it. Come on, obviously.
But what I'm getting at is you know what I'm saying, you recently learned that. You know what I'm saying, in terms of.
Well, like I said, me personally, I knew that when I watched the episode or when I watched that thing and when I was learning about like the propaganda and stuff like that. When I was just like when I first started smoking, I would like also do a little bit of research like on just like what is this? Like what is this trippy drug? Like what is this thing that people are doing? Like, what did the hippies do back in the 70s? Like what is just something that I just did like just watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. And like that's how I got introduced to like Mark Emery and like things that's going on in Normal, NORML, like just getting involved. Like once you just start smoking, you just get like it's a huge community, you know what I mean? So along the way, like I learned that along the way, but it wasn't like something I just recently learned out. But when I heard it, it was the first time I heard it.
Yeah, so you learned it along the
Mm-hmm.
along the way.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Josh? In terms of like.
Yeah, same thing. I didn't start smoking all this stuff.
Yeah, like it's just kind of crazy,
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I just thought it was like just another word for it. I mean, it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. But I'm just saying like the ties to it.
That it was
I
like,
didn't even
created,
know that, you know
yeah,
what I'm
same, yeah.
So I definitely think it was kind of cool learning that.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It was definitely an eye opener. Like you said, just when just hearing that. Okay, like you said, I did. Yeah, obviously you think marijuana was just. I thought that was the technical word until I heard what cannabis was.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like then I thought marijuana was the technical term for weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I heard cannabis, and I'm like, oh, so that's the technical. And then you go down, But yeah, and then when you realize what marijuana is,
and that's why I'm highlighting here. It's just like wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I definitely did. It sounded better than saying bud, out loud, pasto.
Pop. Smoking that pop, that reefer. Smoking them reefers. Shit. But yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, like we said, this ties into a lot of things we see today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like the racial disparities, you know what I mean, in marijuana arrests. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and the industry as a whole too. That's why right now, you see a lot of, people, like us. It's there's not a lot of us in the industry. There's not a lot of, black and brown people in the industry. As owners, of companies, and it's due to, the racial biases and, and demonization of people who smoke weed. It's cool. It's more acceptable for a white guy to be smoking weed than it is for a black guy to be smoking weed because
difference in skin color.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And it shouldn't be that way, especially with something that's so universal. Because cannabis, right? I mean, first time I seen the dispensary in Boston, Netta, when it was first brought out. Every time I would drive by there, I would see it. Either rain, snow, didn't matter. Packed. You know what I'm saying? Line out the door type shit. Yeah. When I would see these lines, it was all different types of people. You didn't see just one, people from a particular race in the line. I saw so many different faces. And it was just like, it was kind of just an eye-opener. That's a moment telling you guys about that. I was like, yo, this is really, cannabis is universal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And so it shows that, it doesn't make sense that if, people are using it at a universal rate, why are certain people getting arrested, higher than others? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that's important to talk about for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Racism fucking it up for everybody.
For sure. Nah, like you said, man, I know it's just wild, to want to create, just division between something that brings people together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People just enjoy this plant for so many different reasons. It's you have your medicinal reasons, you have your recreational reasons, but And then you have people, you know, people who are just from completely different walks of life that you would never like. You probably never would like interact with them without if you didn't know that this person smokes weed. Oh wow, we should link up. We should bond up.
I mean, there's a lot of friendships that are made through smoking. Let's be honest. You know, shit. Like even in sessions, like you know that's. You know, people a lot. I think we've met in, you know what I'm saying, in those type of scenarios. Let's be honest. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we got closer. I remember we worked together, and one day it was like, you know, what's up, bro? I know we talked about, and we just ended up matching. It's just like, you know, from there you get to learn about different people. Yep. You know, it's kind of like that icebreaker in conversations sometimes. You know. Yeah. They
say it's a gateway. I guess it's a gateway to friendship. It's really what it is. Like, you know. Yeah. But have you guys ever incurred like any like racial like issues with smoking weed or anything like that, or if you like run into or seen anything like in your life that, you know, pertains to you smoking weed or something happened with you guys, anything crazy? Or if you've seen anything, I don't know.
Not that I've seen. I'm pretty oblivious.
Shit. I'm just trying to think.
But I mean, I do have those occasional pullovers by police officers. They'll just smell weed on me and assume that, you know, I was smoking in the car or some shit. Yeah. When I could have just been smoking, you know, at home and then like the morning of type shit, and my clothes just reek. Right, exactly. And then, you know, 6 o'clock at night, I still smell like it. You know. But other than that, no. How about you?
You know what I hate? I don't want to say, like, I know everyone experiences this, and I don't know if it's just the smell of, you know, of the bud, but like whenever you walk in somewhere, you just get the eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? It just always ruins your the vibe. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like just being, you know, me being a young African American myself, you know, I've obviously like, you know, felt, you know, going in different places and, you know, you can see that, you know, people are looking at you in a certain type of way. Yeah. So I definitely think sometimes, you know, just the fact I have dreads too, like I've had people be like, you know, assume that I smoke. So yeah, I do smoke. They won't be wrong. It's not because I got dreads, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they won't be wrong if they assume. I'm just saying. Saying. You're kind of making it hard for me, Tay. You know, like you got the locks. I know you're smoking weed. You're making it hard for me. Nah, I feel you. You know, I definitely think it's different stares you get for that versus if you smell like a cigarette, which smells disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's gross. People that smoke cigarettes are gross.
People who smoke cigarettes are gross?
Yeah. Just leave it at that. Don't at me.
Hey, you can at me. You heard?
Nasty. Dirty Dan. We all were in the class where they said the rat poison and they brought the pictures out. Come on,
giving you a yuck mouth. And
you know what I'm saying? If that didn't make you not want to smoke the shit, I don't know what. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but I was doing my own research and I found that racial discrimination goes like a lot more from, you know, just being associated with marijuana. I found that some people actually smoke marijuana because of racism. Not directly because of racism, more because of the stress caused by it. For example, this article I was reading, it was I guess you could call it an essay from this college. But they were talking about, they did a study to try to see the correlation between stress and marijuana, and what they did was that they looked at inmates, people outside of jail, people inside of jail, and people that were released. And what they found was that a majority of people smoke weed to relieve the stress from racism, especially people in jail where they saw a rise in smoking, and people who are out of jail because they not only feel the racism but also the judgment of them having been incarcerated, so that adds to their smoking as well. So yeah, I mean it's really just like a mind fucking kind of thing that is going on right now with this just one little plant kind of thing.
Yeah, and this, like you said, the system. You know what I mean? Like people, like just so like how we were saying from the beginning, like just the whole idea of this, conditioning, of like just marijuana and stuff like that, and demonizing black and brown people for smoking weed. It's like that's gonna be stressful. Like, I'm stressed out that everyone in the world, like you said, you got eyes all up on you. You smell like you smoke weed. You got locks in your hair, and then someone looks at you. Now that's why you adding to my stress. Like, you're stressing me out. Shit. Now I'm about to really go, and I'm about to really go roll one up. Now you stressing me out. Like, what's going on? Like, you gotta leave me alone. Let me be.
Nah, it's just, bro. But like you said, it's like systematic too. You know what I mean? I remember, like, during my research, I saw that it's actually listed that, African Americans are arrested for marijuana possession at a nearly like a 4 times rate of whites. You know what I'm saying? And they're both, recorded to consume the same,
Right.
Like I was just talking about universal.
Exactly.
So if literally through a study, they're saying that white, blacks, both used in the same way, but blacks are getting arrested more. Something is saying something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And especially at a time that this is recent study.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's in a time where there's, dispensaries that are already making millions.
Right. Right.
But you still got people getting incarcerated for it. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. It's just ridiculous how you can have the people and when you think about it too, like, so you have to think about the whole, like you said, it's systematic.
Yeah.
From the very beginning. Like, so okay, they demonize weed, demonize people, demonize us, right? Then it's like, okay, there's already racism that's rampant, right? There was rape, there was slavery, and then you got Jim Crow, then you got segregation, and now in civil rights, right? And now you're in this stuff, and there's so much legislation against people, redlining and not having access to capital to build wealth within our community. And it's like, okay, we can't build wealth in the traditional ways in which this American system is set up. You're not allowing us to buy houses in certain areas. You're not allowing us to do business with certain people. You're not allowing us to get money from certain banks and stuff. So, okay, we can't do nothing. Then it's like, what do you do? Yeah. All right, there's this plant that I can grow, that I can sell, and I can make some money to feed my family. You know what I mean? Like, that's where this now, and then because it's illegal, now they're locking us up. They lock us up. They lock people up. They're just trying to provide for their family, but they can't provide for their family in traditional ways because of the systems that's been created to keep you held down, to keep you oppressed. Yep. And then it's like, all right, you're doing this thing to feed your family, you're gone, get them out of there, right? And now the cycle of not having wealth and not generating wealth, generational wealth, not having any type of wealth is gone. And not to say that you should be selling drugs to make wealth, but I'm saying, like, if that's that person's in, you think of that person in an impoverished area, that's their only option. They can't get a job. They can't work. They can't this. Okay, that's their way to provide. Now they're gone, and then it's like that's what leads to mass incarceration. That's what leads into just the system. And then now, like you said, the hypocrisy of just, oh yeah, weed's legal, but everyone who sold weed to feed your family, you gotta stay. you gotta stay.
So now it's like, we see, we agree, it is actually a medical benefit. Now it's medical patients. Now you can go with a medical card. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, but what about, that's why it's just so important, us, like, as a company, gotta get in there, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And
it's part of the mission, for sure, part of our vision,
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, man, it's part of the grind, and that's why they got, things put in place like, social equity program, for example. Yes. And it's just
to make it better. Yeah. And so let's definitely get into that. But first, my favorite part of this show. The smoke break, you heard? Because I'm stressed out. Just talking about all of this stuff got me stressing, man. So, you ain't got to go nowhere, player.
I gotta grab a torch downstairs.
You don't gotta go nowhere, player.
I mean, I still gotta grab my blunt right here.
Bro, you don't gotta. Alright, you grab your blunt.
I thought that's not a litter. Oh, okay.
Where's the ashtray? You know what I'm saying?
You don't gotta go
Where's the
nowhere,
ashtray?
player. I
Let me
set
keep
this
it in the
stuff
middle, you know what
up.
I'm
Y'all
saying?
be
Too much
playing
reaching.
around, right? Y'all be even set, going stuff. Take them to commercial break. All right.
You're right for the one time.
Welcome back to the Piff Company. Welcome back to the smoke break. You heard? Welcome back to the smoke break. And we
It's that time.
It's that time, man. You
Get
already
right.
know. We already know what it is. If you ain't got it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Lighter, smokes. Come on, turn up with your boys.
In the comments, let us know. Let us know what you rolling up. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all smoking blunts? Y'all smoking joints?
Some flames up in the comment. What time you sparking with us?
Ooh.
You know?
Let them know.
We want to get interactive with y'all. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
let them know. Let the people let the other people watching this video know what time the smoke break starts. Like, put the time stamp in there. You know, let them know because I know they don't want to.
One of my people was telling me, he's like, "Yo, I had my blunt and I was waiting for y'all to spark." I'm like, "Damn, bro." He's like, "I was waiting." He's like, "I'm like, when they sparking?" And I seen it in your ear for a minute.
They're like, "Yo, what's going on with that thing?"
We might have to do a countdown for our fellow stoners in the video or something.
We'll put a countdown. We'll put a countdown for you guys. The smoke break will start in 5, 4, 3, 2. Like, I'll put one in there. That's dope. I'll put one in there for real.
You know what I mean?
Nah, man. Yo, you guys gotta start bringing your own lighters to the smoke sesh. What's going on, guys?
Yo, what happened to sharing's caring, dog?
Oh no, it's not about that. It's not. I don't mind sharing with my brothers. It ain't about that.
So what you talking about?
All I'm saying is
Willis?
that as your brother, I'm gonna always say we gotta always come prepared. We gotta come correct. We are the Piff Company. We are top flight security of the world, Craig.
Security.
Yo, if you know, you know.
Wrong business.
If you know, you know. Nah.
Securing nothing but this bag.
Hey, you heard? You heard that? But all right, man. Let's get into the smoke break. Let's get into the would you rather's. What you got for us?
For sure. So we start off with number 1. So we got, would you rather smoke before playing a game of basketball, baseball, or soccer?
Neither.
But you gotta choose.
That's not a part of it.
You gotta choose,
man. Can't see. It's not an option.
It's not an option.
What were the choices again?
Baseball, basketball, or soccer?
Well, baseball. The least amount of running out of all 3 of them. Bang.
I'll let you answer. I was gonna say baseball too.
I can feel that. Nah, like from a logistical standpoint, sure. But I don't mess with baseball, okay? I'm a basketball player and I'm a soccer player. I actually got my soccer pants on, you heard? But what would I do?
You about to be running laps after smoking a blunt?
That's tough.
Hey, I've done it before. It wouldn't be the first time.
It's been years.
Been years, but I'll play pickup games, smoke before.
Let me ask you a variation of the question then. Right? So out of all sports then, which one would you choose to smoke? Like out of all options of sports, which one would you choose to smoke one? Like before? Swimming? Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one because I like to be like stoned into the pool. It's so like you just
like Michael
floating.
Yeah, that's a good one, bro.
You be floating in that bit.
Doing that little whale butterfly.
That's a good one.
Yes, bro. I mean, in that bit. Yo, for real, it be feeling so smooth. Like,
damn.
Skateboarding.
I didn't think about that.
Skateboarding.
I mean, I definitely like.
I'm cheating. Like I do this stuff already. So like.
I just started skateboarding. I don't think I would do that. Probably fuck around and fall off the board on some high shit.
Mm-hmm. You gotta first learn. All right. So look, check this out. So you know how you master the smoke, right? You know how can you guys like smoke and then like use it for something? Like you can turn it into like a creative mode, or you can turn it into like a focus mode. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've mastered smoking. So now what I'm saying is for you now, once you've mastered like skateboarding, the two go hand in hand. You gonna see.
Smoking a blunt while going down the half pipe.
Hey,
Crazy.
like I said, I've done it before.
Nah.
Half pipe?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's way too high. You'll never catch me on that. I don't do heights if you didn't know. Fuck that shit. Fuck a roller coaster. Fuck all that.
What?
I'm fine with it. I like roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
I'll go on the biggest one in the park I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Never been on
Twice.
one, never will go on.
That's
Fuck that shit.
you know what I'm saying? Because I hate Josh is the ones with, you know what I'm saying, just watching. I'm like, yo, hold the... Come on, my phone, dog. Come on, I want you with me, but...
Come on, dog.
Fuck the roller coasters.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Josh, come on,
Fuck
bro.
that little slingshot thing.
My
too.
mom don't like roller coasters neither, man.
Yeah, I'll be
Honest.
man.
But you know what's crazy, bro? I've never ever gotten sick off a roller coaster, but I got sick off the Houdini ride in Six Flags. You know what that
yeah,
is?
That shit's trippy.
Yo, it's like you don't even move, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But it felt, bro, the whole room spinning, bro. Like, it was crazy.
No, it's like a seesaw thing, but it's the whole room.
It's crazy.
I was so heated when that shit
Sick.
started happening because it was my first time at Six Flags, you know. So I just go in,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, okay, sit down." And I'm thinking it's gonna be like a little show they're about to walk through. No, the room starts swaying, and at one point you're at the ceiling. I'm like, "Yo, these motherfuckers got me fucked."
So it's
up.
like the pirate shit thing, but in a room.
Yeah.
Bro,
You know
it's
what- you know the
crazy.
pirate shit ride?
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's
but in a-
exactly like that.
Bro, no, bro. It was,
What?
it
I
was
wanted
crazy.
to
It had me
keep all
sick,
of
though.
them in
I
the
literally...
peak. Fucking
The only
badass.
thing that's ever got me sick, so...
That sound crazy. Alright.
I looked at whoever brought me in there. I was like, "Yo, you're an asshole. I'm never doing shit with you again."
Nah, bro, I'm telling you that. Yeah, I'll never go on that shit. That shit had me sick.
Oh wow.
I've been on all types of rides. Nothing.
And you threw up?
I've been on-
Off the Houdini, bro.
threw up?
Off the Houdini, bro. Never, ever, anything
I've
else.
never thrown up on a ride.
Bizarro. I've been on the... Bro, don't even get me
I've been
started.
on all
dog.
the
I've
water
been on all-
slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
water
won't-
slides?
I've
Those
been
shits
on
go
all the
fast,
water
bro.
slides.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
them things are scarier than the roller coasters. Low
You're dumb.
If you can go down
You're
the
like-
water slide, you can... Bro, you're flying in that bitch at one point.
No, certain
Depends
water
on the
slides,
ones.
certain water
The
slides.
The black one? Black hole one? You know?
Go like straight down.
It's black. The black one was always the worst because it's dark. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
true.
And
I
you
don't
just went
mind
straight.
because I'm not seeing shit. So
They're all-
and it's when I see the height, like the distance I am from the ground. That's when I'm like, fuck this. I'll walk back down the stairs. I don't give a fuck.
Them things are scary. Them things are scary.
I'll go down all that.
For
Yeah,
real.
I'm with all that.
I'm with all of it. I'm with it. I love that. I'm a thrill seeker, I guess. That's probably why I skate, you know?
No, I'm definitely with all that. But
All right, let's go to the next.
all right,
would
so
you
now
rather, so
you want that?
I got you. This. Okay, would you rather meet Denzel Washington or Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
I'm Denzel all day,
Oh yeah.
all day.
Oh yeah, why is
That's
that?
my dog. Denzel's top actor for me, bro. He's a beast. He's killed all his movies.
So did Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's a beast too. Don't get me wrong, but Denzel, I don't know. And I seen him too. Now, I'm gonna say the story. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the story to y'all. Feel me? I seen him. So you can, and everything I'm about to say, you can search up. You feel me? The Equalizer, they were filming in Framingham. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They were filming in the town, and yeah, I was driving up a hill. It was right near Jordan's Furniture. And keep in mind, I didn't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that they were filming. I was driving up the hill, and I swear to you, there was 2 state troopers, right? And they came first, so I had to stop and go to the side. And then it was a Beamer in the middle, a nice Beamer with, and the license plate, it was like, the writing was different. You know what I'm saying? It was like an Asian type of writing. You know what I mean? And I look in the car, bro, and I'm like, yo, I start blinking 3 times, bro. That's how crazy. I'm like, yo, is that Denzel Washington? And I swear to you, bro, he's driving just like the movie, smiling and everything. Was looking like that, and then went and talked to his people. And then I was just like, and I'm like, oh my God, You know what I'm saying? I called my mom right away. I was like, cause my mom loves Denzel. I was like, Mom, I just seen Denzel. I swear on everything. I just seen it, bro. And so I search it up. Bang. That day, they were like, Denzel Washington is filming the movie for Equalizer.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had an interview, and in the interview, I told him. I was like, I just seen Denzel. I just want to start this off. Bro, on everything. Oh, crazy times. I had to share that with you. Denzel's a real one. Real one. You feel me? I'm going to tell him that scene, too. I'm like, I saw you, dog. I saw you, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't know. Y'all gonna be there too. I'm like,
that's hilarious.
See move. What's going on, you guys? Just want to take you on a commercial break. Let you know. Come check us out at thepiffcompany.com. There you're gonna find our merchandise. The OG Piff collection, and you'll also find us. The information and the supporting articles we talk about in this podcast. So remember, go check out the lifestyle page, and at the end where it says supporting articles, that's it. Where you're gonna see all our links. So I'm gonna get finished rolling here. I hope you are too. Going back to you live. Let's get it.
We knew he was. That's what we were saying from the beginning earlier.
That's a good one. Everything. That's a good one. My head's funny.
That's what we said.
That's a good one, bro.
Yeah, we said before.
Nah, that's a good bet right there. Yeah. I wasn't guessing that. That was a good one. I thought you guys said the episode. I made sure. I said episode 8.
Exactly. I knew that's what you thought we were gonna.
Nah, that's a good one.
That's why I said you counting and stuff. That's why I said you was counting.
Who bet? What'd you guys bet?
We both knew you were gonna do it.
Because he goes,
yo, I guarantee you, Tay's gonna talk about the story with how he met Denzel. No. Here's how it went down. We was right in the questions. I was looking at it. I looked at this. I said, Tay definitely wrote this question. I said, he gonna choose Denzel because he love that man. Like, I didn't know. He was like, yo, I bet you he gonna tell that story. I said, what story of him when he met Denzel? When he seen him?
Yo, that was a good one.
I said when he seen him down in Framingham, that story.
That's why I have to dab y'all up. Because once you said, that was the bet, I'm like, oh shit, that was a good one.
You can't talk about Denzel without him pulling up the story.
I mean, we
can talk about Denzel tomorrow. That story. I bet Denzel.
Literally, bro. Literally.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta share it with the people.
I respect it. That's dope.
It's a great story.
It's definitely dope.
When I meet the man, I'm gonna tell him.
Hey, let him know. Hey, let him know. Spam him in the comments.
You didn't see me, but I saw you.
Yeah, spam him in the comments. Tag him in the comments. Let him know that we seen him in let Denzel Washington know that my man over here saw him in Framingham. We saw you.
My mom wants an autograph, dude.
Your mom or you? Come on, you ain't got to lie. Come on now, you ain't got to lie like that.
Yeah, I might add my name. I'm like plus 10.
Shout out to Denzel, yo. Me personally, that's a hard one. I don't know. I would probably. Denzel's cool. Morgan Freeman's cool. I feel like Morgan Freeman would be cool to meet because he's got like more age. He's been through a lot more things. He could tell you more stories.
Bro, that nigga's been 90 for like 30 years.
I know. So that I don't know. That's who would I rather meet though? I mean, both of them are cool. I would meet both of them, but
I feel like Morgan Freeman smokes, so I'd rather chill with him.
Denzel, you don't think he smoked?
Nah, I feel like he's like like Mayweather. He don't drink or smoke.
Nah,
I could see that though. Don't get me wrong. Like I could see him saying,
he definitely drinks and smokes.
But I think he'd be.
Morgan Freeman used to. So Morgan Freeman. That's what I'm saying. He has a crazy story. He used to be on drugs. He used to be on all types of
really?
stuff.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
I know. What's his name, bro? Here we go. What's his name? Samuel Jackson.
Oh yeah,
he used to have
it too.
Yeah, he used to have it. That was crazy when he said that story. I was like, what?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I gotta say both. I don't know.
You gonna say both?
Yeah, it no matter. Alright, I got a crazy one. Oh, matter of fact, you go.
Let me move this mic with my face. Would you rather chug a cold liter of Sprite or a $10 Henny? Sprite all day. Fuck that Henny.
You gonna chug a liter
That's
of
not even
Sprite?
possible, bro.
Bro, not possible.
That's not possible.
I'm doing it.
Well, a liter is a small one. Maybe a 2 liter would be OD, but a liter either way, bro. A chug a liter of Sprite,
a
you know
cold
that thing.
Sprite?
Bro,
Cold
do you
emphasis.
understand? If I chug that $10 Henny, I haven't drinking in a while. If I chug that shit, I'll be like this.
Gone.
Rest in peace.
Bent, gone for like the next, done for the day, basically.
I can't chug either. I ain't gonna front. But if I had to choose, damn, it's a hard one, bro.
I mean, that Henny's gonna go down smooth.
I'm gonna just take the Sprite. I don't drink, so I'm gonna just take the Sprite. I mess with when I
Even
did.
the Sprite
I'm a people who know, I'm a Henny drinker when I used to drink, but
He's gonna end up bent. That's why he doesn't want to.
Right now, I ain't gonna mess with no Henny. I ain't gonna do it like that. I don't drink, so I go with the Sprite and try my best. But a liter is only a little bit bigger than this, so it's not that bad. But the whole thing, that's a lot.
Like,
Your mouth will be burning.
Nice.
Like ginger ale. I could chug a can of ginger ale easily.
But Sprite, bro, that should be like electricity.
It's like acid.
That should be wild.
I don't know if you've seen the TikTok.
I should have said McDonald's on it.
I was about to say, the TikToks about the Sprite. It'll be a guy drinking regular Sprite, and then he'll grab some McDonald's Sprite. He'll be like, "Ooh, that shit's spicy."
Yeah,
Spicy. For
you.
real.
Like they be adding some little
some
in there or some shit.
But nah, I feel like the Henny, like, I could drink Henny, don't get me wrong, but chug it? Nah.
Fuck that shit.
I can't be chugging, bro. I can't even chug a beer. So,
I'd rather,
so
I'd
I'm
rather
out there.
drink medicine than Henny.
Back in my frat boy days, we were shotgunning them.
Shotgun.
He drinks E&J.
I've drinking everything. I've drank everything. I've had everything. Literally anything you can. I've had it. Every type of alcohol, I've had it. Every type, literally. I'm off that.
The ones from your country, like the Caribbean ones, be
better. The white Henny. You ever, you ever see the white
Pure
Henny,
white
the clear Henny?
Yeah. Pure white Henny is fire.
That was
Fire,
nice.
fire.
Miss me with that.
Yeah, but this is not an alcohol show. This is a marijuana show. We don't mess with that Henny.
Alright, so on to the next question.
Alright.
Let's see.
Alright, so would you rather burn your tongue drinking fresh hot chocolate or eat a hot ghost pepper?
Fresh hot chocolate or eat a hot ghost pepper. Damn. Well, the hot chocolate is just like death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got some trauma stories about that, especially from Dunkin' Donuts, bro. My tongue would be bad, bro, for a week. I used to hate that shit. Like, oh my God. And then you got the ghost pepper.
Days.
I mean, shit, that shit sounds scary from the name. Ghost pepper. That shit don't sound right.
I'm gonna have to go with the ghost pepper.
Wow.
Cause I'll be able to taste after the effects are gone. You feel me? But if my tongue's burnt, I ain't tasting shit for a few days.
Yeah, it's a few days. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. I'm going with it all the way. Because even though the hot,
That's gonna be bad though. I just want to say,
I'll probably sweat 10 pounds.
bro. We're gonna have to have the bread, and then the Kool-Aid, and all the sweet, like, cause sweet and bread
sweet
and
stuff.
sweet and bread is supposed to help.
Just thinking about it is like scary a little bit.
That shit is different, bro. Like, no bullshit. Josh gave me a pepper the other day. I don't know what kind of pepper it was, bro. That shit like burst.
It was a little guy. He's exactly.
Bro, we were all sweating, so don't even say nothing. All four of
the
us.
cherry, like the red little cherry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All sweating. All four.
The cherry?
All
cherry
four.
peppers?
It's all about the flavor. It wasn't that spicy. I was sweating, but it was hot.
They be hot. Them things is hot.
hot.
They hot. They small little.
It was like the fat ones. Yeah, fat ones.
Oh, you bugging.
Yeah, some fat
Either
ones.
way, y'all bugging. Put it down in the comments. You want to see that on another challenge.
Kate eats a spoonful.
See if that.
Yeah, all right.
500 likes.
So
let it
I'll
down
be
in the
crying
comments.
on the podcast.
100 likes and Tay will eat a spoonful of hot peppers.
Hey,
there you go.
100 likes?
100 likes.
And
Let's
5
do it.
subscribes.
Let's do it.
You said 5 subscribers.
Yeah,
10.
let's do it.
10, double that.
Double it.
10.
10.
10. 10 subscribes and 100 likes.
I'm with it.
Or
Say
500 likes. What is
No,
it?
100 likes, 10 subscribers.
See what I'll
Let's
do
get
for the people. You feel me?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
You want it to interact.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm with it.
They gotta spam it, yo. We gotta spam this one.
Yeah. Imagine we get like 200.
Yeah, 200 off rip. Let's do it.
If
Let's
we
do
get
it.
200, you gotta do 2 spoonfuls.
Nah, even.
Oh,
Nah.
200 for the whole game.
They gonna catch me passing out on the podcast now. Yo, even that one pepper, I was like, hold up.
We'll have the ice bucket ready.
I need some juice ready. All that.
You gonna,
You know what I'm saying? I need some bread, Josh. I need it prepared.
Pool or something.
I need that, yeah.
Have to
Some
do this
water
shit
splash
outside.
my face. Like, yo.
Oh man.
Alright, what's this last question we got?
All right, what you got? What you got?
Would you rather have an encounter with a ghost or an alien? Damn. Scary. Off rip. I'm gonna say scary, but
I don't know, are they like hostile aliens? You know, did they abduct me? Did they invite me? Is the ghost good? Is it, trying to haunt me or some shit?
Depends. It's a wild. It's a wild mix. You get what you get. You never know.
Yeah, man. I guess I have to go with the ghost.
Oh wow.
Hey, it's easy to get a priest. It's not easy to get a alien killing gun. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go get that priest real quick. Be like, yo, she's spooky out
that's
here.
just scary.
That's scary.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go with ghost, but that's still.
That's spooky, bro. Like
Either way.
either one is like you know this is real now. Like you know these things exist. Like my cousin was saying she had an encounter with a ghost.
Whoa.
Yeah, she said she was like doing she said she was doing a photo shoot, and so she was doing a photo shoot, and apparently there was a ghost in the back.
Oh, that's lit.
And so apparently she was walking back somewhere to take a shoot or something, and something just fell or something like that. Her and her friend just come running out. Right.
Yeah, I scripted to send you the picture.
This was, I guess, years ago. Then she say someone, the photographer ends up going back there. Mind you, they don't say nothing about nothing. The photographer goes back there and he just say, "Oh, there's a ghost," and then come back out there. Like apparently he saw a ghost. So apparently there's 3 people who saw this one ghost, and they're in a barn somewhere, doing a photo shoot.
No, what the fuck you doing at a barn?
Yeah, you lost me at the barn. You lost me at Ghost.
So I mean,
I don't be fucking with it. Like no bullshit. Are you guys chilling with scary movies and shit?
Yes, I love scary movies.
I be in the theater. I ain't gonna front. I be jumping. You know what I'm saying? But I be laughing afterwards.
The theaters being forced though. They be making
Yeah,
that shit
dumb
loud.
loud, like the Insidious. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's the movie I went to the theater to see that movie when it first came out, the first one. That was the first movie that got me back into scary movies because there was a bunch of doodle scary movies coming out for a while.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
A couple doodle ones coming out.
Freddy, Jason.
But then that one came out and I was like, whoa, I was scared again. Those things that was creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to choose, man. Because ghosts are unpredictable. They could be vengeful. They could be happy. There's not a lot of Caspers out there. So, but an alien, I'd rather have an encounter with an alien. Hopefully, hope for the best. Hopefully they don't
send you off.
probe me or
all the movies, man, it seem like the aliens just want to dominate. Tell me not.
Yeah.
That's why I said, because if I have to kill an alien, shit.
So I wasn't even.
It's difficult. That's difficult.
That's difficult for real.
But if I could go to a church, get a priest, but yo, this bitch gotta go. Walk in there with your shit. Go do your thing, dog.
I mean, shit. I hope I get Casper. Like you guys.
Casper.
That guy's kind of chill.
Either one, you kind of messed up, man. But alright, those are the would you rather. Those are the would you rather's. All right, let's get into these high questions because I know this about to get me tripped up. So, what we got going?
All right, so we got the first one. It's a good transition too. So my first one: if a vampire, right? If they bite a zombie, does a zombie become a vampire, or is it the other way around? So the vampire become a zombie.
I think due to the that's good. That's a good one.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. But I think
Go on. Sorry.
no. I was gonna say like I think if the vampire is the one that's initiating the attack, it's seeping its venom into the thing, into the zombie.
Yeah.
So
but the zombie,
You gotta think about this. A vampire is a dead person. The only way to make a vampire is for a vampire to attack a living person to turn into a dead person. And a zombie is already a dead person.
They don't have blood either.
So how you gonna turn a dead person into a dead person? He's already a dead person.
But the zombie is infected. So like if the vampire is biting the zombie should be giving him shit, you know? Infection.
I mean, yeah, if you got HIV, I don't know.
I
I don't know how vampires do it.
We got deep with it. I know zombies. They pretty much it was always like they were infected and shit. You know, couldn't even touch them, or you got bit or some shit.
You would have to get bit or scratched.
You
Or
know,
like if they're like,
oh yeah, I mean,
so their blood must be.
I do think a zombie.
nah, you can get their blood on you because if you like when you cut them and stuff, like their blood gets on you. But
I think
there's different zombies in different movies. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing too. That's fucked up.
The zombie movies, I think you already have the virus, and then once you die, you become a zombie.
Well, that's
like
Walking Dead.
That's Walking Dead. That's World War Z.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different.
It's like all of them basically. But I do think a zombie could turn a vampire into a zombie.
Yeah, I think that.
Because
a zombie vampire.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're just killing the undead.
Yeah, I think so. Alright. That's cool. What you got for us?
This one's gonna get your head moving, right?
Alright.
What's up with it?
So in the word scent, SCENT, is it the S or the C that's silent?
Scent. Scent.
But there's also scent.
Scent.
Which means without the S, which means the colon.
The S is silent.
Exactly. You need both of the letters only to make it a new word. To make it a new word, because both of those words on their own are separate words. So they needed to like combine the two
to make it
like, although it's the same sound, it's a new word.
Same sound, new word.
Shit.
Yeah, because they were just like, there's probably only words they knew at the time. Like, okay, think about like a dog, how a dog barks, like art, but now it's like scent. You get it? Now they have 3 different meanings. Or like how wood, and wood,
yeah.
or like wood and wood are 2 different meanings.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why people struggle with the English language.
Exactly. But that they only knew those words. They only knew that.
If you think it's definitely hard. Like, bro, English got to be one of the worst ones to learn. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you know. Because there's a lot of
some of the words. I speak English and I can't pronounce some of the words.
Yeah.
You heard me try to say legislation.
Legislation.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that. It's like that, man. This thing is crazy. I don't know. I think they have to combine the two. Make a new word. Like there, and there.
At that point, that's just laziness.
Yeah.
Just, yo, how many words do we have left?
Exactly.
And like, fuck it, just combine them.
Just combine it.
Move it on.
Nah, for real, for real.
Alright. Okay. I got you guys.
That last one.
So, okay. So, you know how you got basketball, right? Because you shoot a ball to a basket. You got baseball. Maybe it should be called stickball, I don't know. But it's baseball because you hit a ball and you run to bases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you got football, which either you're talking about football like soccer, like you play with your foot, or you talking football like.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that one's a little bit weird too, but what is a rugby?
I never knew. I don't know.
Did you Google it?
Oh, I mean I know what rugby is. I played rugby.
Yeah, I know
once.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like what is a rugby,
No.
I never heard of that. Like in terms of exactly what it is, I just knew rugby by the. You feel me?
Yeah.
When in doubt, let's Google.
I don't know what a rugby is.
It was popping.
Like, they don't play on rugs. You know what I mean? Is that what the name of the ball is or something? Like,
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. That's a good question though.
It's named after a school. Stupid.
interesting.
Yeah.
Josh didn't like the
It's
answer.
called rugby.
I didn't like it neither. No bullshit.
Interesting.
I thought it was gonna be more exciting.
I thought it was gonna mean something cool and shit, but I was disappointed.
Interesting. Yeah, that is disappointing.
Let's not play that here.
Yeah, disappointing. Even like tennis, like what is the name? Like
But I'll give it
tennis?
to them. They're basically playing football with no pads.
No, rugby is a man's sport. That is a man's sport. Like, and women too. It's women's sport, but you know what I mean? Like you gotta be a real
elbow.
You gotta be a real like
You gotta love that contact shit.
oh yeah, that's real. Like that's really out there.
Did you play rugby?
Would I?
I played it once.
You were hurt?
Oh, I don't remember like it. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Like,
It's basically football with no
middle
pads.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tate plays football.
No,
Yeah, football
but it
is
was
fun.
literally once. I don't want it to sound like I was like I played like a season or anything. No, I played it one time at like a camp or something.
But when we played outside, like football outside, we used to tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As kids.
Yep.
Like on some savage shit.
That's kids.
You ever play,
When we were grown, we stopped that shit because you knew what it. You know
it's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
hurt. It's gonna hurt. You ever play?
There's gonna be some injuries.
What is it called?
Yeah.
What is it called? Kill the Carrier. You ever play Kill the Carrier?
I feel like probably a game that went with the same, same type of vibes. Type shit. Whoever had the ball.
Whoever had the ball, like you could be 3 people like playing, right? You like 2 of you guys are down here. You throw the ball off to the one person, and they have to like run and like make it to the touchdown. By getting away from the 2 of you guys, but you have to tackle him. You have to kill the carrier.
They used to do that in football.
Mm-hmm.
As a drill.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah.
They used to have some savage drills, bro. When I think back of it.
Kill the carrier. But we was doing that. Me and my cousins was doing that.
That's dope.
Just me and him.
I tried playing football once. I couldn't even get the plays down, so I just quit. I was like, bro, this shit is not for me. This shit is complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed football a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sport.
I feel that.
I enjoyed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was just like I don't know. It was like one of the only games that's like you could take your what I mean, like how you say it, like take your frustration. You could take like like say if a dude hits you in a type of way, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like he knows that you're on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see him again. And that's how it was just like a respect type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was lit having a team too, being a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
It was just dope. It was dope, good times. But
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the high questions.
For sure.
This week. It got really trippy.
What's up next?
All right, let's see.
You got a whole bet now. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's your boy Josh coming at you with a quick message. Don't forget to check out thepiffcompany.com for all your Piff-related updates. Check out thepiffcompany.com for all of our lifestyle links podcast episodes and merchandise we have on there. I wanted to remind you guys that all episodes are uploaded to our website and our YouTube. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, all that. And yeah, let's get back to the show. Welcome back to the podcast. Let's start with our last topic here, and on a high note.
Yeah, man. Listen, and this on the high note. I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
That's a nice.
That was nice. I like
label
that. Yeah, for
that's
real.
a segment now.
For real. End it on a high note.
After the high questions, we got the high last note for you. Feel me?
I like that. That's
yeah,
dope.
Smooth, Josh.
Hey. Alright, so okay, on this last high note, we're gonna talk about the social equity program. So and that's the program that's being implemented throughout the country, in a lot of different states. They have their own separate version of the social equity program. And what that is a way to counter all of the racial discrimination in the cannabis industry that we were talking about earlier. Like
what specifically are you talking about?
So the social equity program, what it's built for and who it's made for are, again, those black and brown communities who've been disproportionately, just impacted by racial, mass incarceration. People who, like we were saying before, had to sell marijuana to make ends meet, and then they're in jail. Things like that. And this is a program to get those people who have been in situations like that or live in those kind of areas and those type of communities, because again, also from communities that have been subjected to redlining, which is where back in the day, they were literally areas where black people could only buy areas. People of color could only buy houses in this area, and it wouldn't be the best property, that's available. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you create these, desperate zones. And so the social equity program is a way to basically build wealth and build that network of those people who are impacted. Mm-hmm. A passageway into the cannabis industry. They make the process much more easier. They get them more perks. There's grants, there's funding. Yeah. In order to for you to be successful in the cannabis industry. Okay. There's a lot of different programs that they have for them that they give, like different just like legal advice and business consulting advice and things like that. But getting into the social equity program is difficult. Not difficult, but like
if you qualify.
Okay. Right. You definitely have to. You can't be someone well off, trying to be a part of the social equity program.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's like an application kind of thing where you gotta fill out questions.
Yes, there's a lot. Yes, there's a lot that goes with it. So for example, some of the main eligibility requirements for the social equity program is that your income, it can't exceed 400% of the area median income. So whatever town that you're in, if the income is say like 100,000, like if people make 100,000, you can't be making like $600,000 a year in this area because to get into this program, because you can just go through the regular process of getting in, setting up your ways to get into the program. You have more funds, you have more resources to make it happen for you, right? So that's part of it. And you have to have residency in the area of a disproportionately impacted area for at least 5 of the past 10 years. So you have to have been living in that area, in that town that's been, redlined, subjected to redlining, subjected to, mass incarceration, a lot of people getting, taken out of the neighborhood, no resources in the neighborhood, things like that, right? You have to have been living there for at least 5 of the past 10 years consecutively. And that's one way that you can get in. There's 3 others. But just that alone is that process right there is just showing you like they want. And if you are been living here, like I said, if you're well off, you can't get in. You can work your way around it. Although you've been here, but if you're well off, you can't.
You don't qualify for this. That makes sense.
You know, the second way is the. So if you lived in Massachusetts for at least 12 months, right? If you lived at least for a year, and were convicted or were found with someone that was convicted of some type of, low, non-violent marijuana charge, maybe some type of possession, marijuana charge or something like that, then you also qualify for someone that could be in this, program. That's another way like that those type of people who have, been affected directly from being literally incarcerated for providing or doing what they had to do, now they have a way that they can get into this program.
Okay, so if you're a person that experienced that and is a part of a company. Yes, if you were
exactly, you had to have been that, or if you're like related to someone, or if you're related to someone who was incarcerated, like if you like lived in, again, you have to live in the area, and if you were, related to someone that was doing something, got, arrested for, again, a marijuana offense, then you can, you'll be more, your application, you'll be eligible to apply for this.
So that's more, okay.
And this is just to be eligible to apply. So again, the purpose of those type of requirements of who you are as a person to be able to get into this program is so it directly impacts you to be able to get, to fight back all of the oppression from what has been systematically done. This is one systematic way to directly fight against that.
And it makes sense. It's about the stuff we were just talking about too. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see, see that's being made, and that's being, given that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember you were talking about like how the CCC, and again, I do want to preface this, the requirements that I was speaking about just now, those are specific to Massachusetts law. Again, each state is different in their own very specific way, and there's different states or different towns that have their own specific programming or some type of different requirements. But for the most part, they're pretty much the same. They're pretty much all about this same standard across the board in terms of who they're looking for in equity programs and who they're targeting basically.
That makes sense.
You know what's crazy? What I first heard about this was like I remember watching like a video of like this. There's a school in Amsterdam called like Oaksterdam, and
Oaksterdam.
Yeah, you guys ever hear of it?
No.
It's like a school for a school for teaching people their cultivation licenses, their other registrations and stuff like that, and basically giving them the tools, and it also was helping people apply for like their social equity programs that were eligible, getting them knowledge about the social equity programs that were in Oakland. That's like where my first time hearing about like the social equity was in Oakland.
Okay.
And then that like concept has been, been moving across the entire country. So, those are the ways that this is being a force to fight against the powers that be.
Good. We're taking a step in the right direction.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's definitely like I said too, what we spoke about in another episode. There's a lot of huge moves being made because of that. So that's something we gotta look into for sure. Yeah, but that program is huge.
Yeah, we were talking about like the CDA and stuff like that. I remember you talking about that in a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah. Because at one point, it's gonna become federally legal. Mm-hmm. And when it does, you see other things that are federally legal. That's when the corporate comes in. You know what I'm saying? Corporate America. Right. So and so these programs are key because it's like, companies like us, for example, if there wasn't a program like that and that happened, you know what I'm saying, right away that's being flooded, you know what I mean, at a corporate rate. So
right. I mean, even now there are even like kind of like I was trying to say like not schemes or like scams or I guess like there's strategies now that these companies, these big multi-company companies are doing, and kind of what I was talking about with like the Jay-Z deal in our, I think our second episode, is that there's companies that are out there that are big, they have all the funding, and what they're doing is they're taking people who are be eligible for the social equity program, give them a position into their company, and then now they're eligible for all of the funding and all of the the tax deductions and all of the grants and all of the resources that's given and provided through the social equity program. Now this multi-million-dollar corporation has all of the same resources, exactly. And then they take it and then they blow up from there, and so that's like strategies that some companies are taking and basically manipulating and still monopolizing for their own, and kind of taking advantage of that system,
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Right.
That's crazy. That's how it is when you're the, the top dogs, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just they try to, business gets like that. And it's definitely, there needs to be more. Even though social equity is good, it's like there still needs to be more. Just like you saying that, it's like, that's not right. Yep. I mean, there's a twofold of it, you know what I'm saying? Because they also support companies as well.
Right.
So it's like the company that is chosen is, boosting up for sure. You feel me? So I don't know. It's a twofold for sure. But yeah, man.
Leave the viewers with something to think about.
For sure.
Yeah,
you could take us out.
Alright. Thanks for watching another episode of the Piff Podcast.
Episode 8.
Yes, sir.
See you guys next time.
See you guys, the Piff Company Podcast. You already know.
Stay safe.